Welcome to the Three Mouseketeers, a sibling podcast that understands your Disney addiction. I'm Jared.
I'm Amanda.
And I'm Emily.
This episode, we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to talk about upcoming movies and release dates for the remainder of 2020 and then also into 2021. But first, let's get into some trivia. I'm very excited about this one. Are you guys ready to play?
Yep.
All righty, let's do this.
Okay. I have a very strong feeling that you're going to get this wrong because this is about Disney soundtracks.
All righty.
Okay.
Which Disney song has not won an Emmy? Is it A, Under the Sea, B, Let It Go, C, A Whole New World, or D, You're Welcome?
I think that it is You're Welcome, D.
That's what I think too.
Okay, and why do you think that?
I'm pretty sure that A Whole New World. What was the first one again?
Under the Sea.
The first one is Under the Sea.
I'm pretty sure A Whole New World and Under the Sea have both won. And honestly, I know Frozen won a bunch of awards whenever it came out, so it probably won too. So we're going with You're Welcome.
Yeah. That one is one of the most recent songs to come out. And that was why I don't remember hearing that one winning an Emmy. So I would hope if it did that it would stick it on my head because I sing that song like every day. But, we probably got it wrong.
Okay, well, all right, so Under the Sea is obviously from The Little Mermaid, Let It Go from Frozen, A Whole New World, Aladdin, and You're Welcome from Moana. I mean, Disney movies have now, they've always been known for their songs, right?
Right.
But it seems like every song in each movie that they've made is like Emmy worthy at this point. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
So, Moana being one of the more recent, you would think that one of those songs would have actually won an Emmy, right?
Yes, and I think one of them might have. I just don't think it's You're Welcome.
And you were both correct. It was How Far I'll Go was the one that won an Emmy, not You're Welcome.
There we go.
So good job.
Look at us.
I made it a little bit easier for you guys. I was about to give you two Moana songs, and I was going to put in How Far I'll Go and You're Welcome. But then I thought, well, that kind of narrows it down to like a 50-50 because why would I put two different Moana songs in there? And yeah. So
yeah.
You definitely said that we were going to get this one wrong, most likely.
Did.
Sure did.
I did. Mostly because they're all like very well-known songs. So I thought that you might get a little confident and say that one of them didn't make it other than You're Welcome. So
which one did you think we were going to choose?
I don't know. Maybe Under the Sea. Let It Go is kind of a shoe-in.
Right.
I was pretty confident about Under the Sea because I feel like I've just heard that one's won.
Right, me too.
An Emmy before.
Well, I'm pretty disappointed that you guys got this one. So I'm going to have to really step up my game next episode and find one that's really, really difficult.
I had to redeem myself from last week or this past episode. Mm-hmm. So, I brought my A game tonight.
Well, Emily, you've gotten 2 in a row. So
woohoo!
That's something, I guess.
I'm on a roll.
Yeah, well, let's get you off that roll next episode.
We'll see.
All right. Emily, why don't you go ahead and give us a history fact?
Sorry.
That's not a history fact.
I know, but the thing in the side, the private chat, scrolled. So it distracted me. I don't know why. I didn't touch it.
Am I doing it?
No.
Oh, then you must have touched it.
No, I didn't. I had my hands like on my chair. Okay. Sorry. It distracted me. Anyway. All right. For today's history, I'm going to tell y'all a little bit about the Disney Vault. So, first off, whenever I think of the Disney Vault, I think of whenever Disney like releases movies out of the vault, and it's not a real vault. But did y'all know that the vault actually is a real thing?
Really?
Interesting.
Do tell.
Okay. So, it's a bunker type building with no windows in Glendale, California. Like it's a pretty boring, plain building, but it apparently has pretty high security around it. And there's 11 vaults within the building. And within those vaults includes the very first pencil drawings of Mickey Mouse. There are drafts of the forest in Sleeping Beauty, and literally pretty much every drawing to ever go into a Disney movie from like past to present is all in this vault or within the 11 vaults at this Disney bunker. And the place is officially called the Walt Disney Animation Research Library. And also, I forgot to mention that the original Pinocchio puppet is there, and just materials from projects that were never even released.
Wait. Is Candleman in there? Please tell me.
Don't know.
I really hope. I'm hoping upon hope.
It's possible, but I know there's a lot of like unreleased drawings and like clay models and things like that all in the bunker. I know some of the Nightmare Before Christmas stuff is in there. Like there's a ton of really cool stuff in the vault.
Yeah, just what
That's
most people
really
would consider memorabilia.
So do they do tours of said place? Because
Probably not. I would assume not if it's a vault.
Well, a
Right.
couple of the articles that I read, people were able to go there, but I think that it was more like media were able to like get an inside look into it, like journalists and social media people maybe.
We're media.
Yeah, I think
I don't think we
you have
have
to
the
be
following to
right,
support that.
right. Yeah.
We're not that big of influencers just yet.
Yeah, but I don't know if they ever do anything where just like us normals get to go.
Well, I guess we're
That's
going to
really
have to call and find out and tell them, hey, we have a podcast. You've probably heard of us. Let us come in and tour the vault.
Yeah,
We want to do an episode specifically about this.
that would be a dream come true.
You know, I've made crazier things happen, so maybe I should just go ahead and try. I have, believe it or not. Yeah, so I would think that they would probably also have like the original, like full movie reels.
I think they do have reels, and I mean, like, it literally just seems like everything from Disney's past that's like drawings and things that are film related are in this vault. There's a lot of art. There's, so much. And they also, I read that they use this, like, especially the unreleased things, like drawings and models and stuff that they have. They used it as like learning for future movies.
Oh, very cool. Maybe like projects that never really got up and going and have like some concepts drawn and stories lined out and stuff. Because I did hear something a while back that Frozen was actually something that Walt originally wanted to do, but nobody could ever get like the story together or anything like that. So it'd be interesting to see if there are like a lot of stories there that maybe Walt even had a hand in creating that just never really found the right time or right story to come out. And maybe we'll see something come from the vault at some point.
Maybe so. I'm sure there's a lot of hidden gems in there.
Oh, I would
Probably.
think so.
But would you actually know that it was something that was tucked away in the vault when it came out if you don't know what's in there?
No, probably not.
Not unless they told us.
Yeah.
Exactly. So we may have seen a lot of stuff that came from the vault that was supposed to, be around a long time ago.
Or maybe we're going to see something on our list in the main topic. But until then, Amanda, why don't you go ahead and give us a tip for the week?
All right. So on our last episode, we discussed how to hopefully get a virtual queue spot for Rise of the Resistance. And on the day we released our episode, Disney changed all of the information on how to get in the virtual queue for Rise of the Resistance.
Yeah,
So,
it's obviously ridiculous. Come on, Disney. You have to give us the press release.
right? So I wanted to talk about Rise of the Resistance queue once again this time.
Okay. Well, what specifically have they changed?
Beginning November 3rd, anyone that has a reservation for Hollywood Studios on that day can start at 7 o'clock in the morning trying to get a spot in the virtual queue. And you can do this from anywhere. You do not have to actually be in Hollywood Studios to do this.
That's very good. I do like that. So you
Me
can
too.
you can just wake up and be in your hotel and decide that you want to get in the line for Rise of the Resistance.
Yeah, and that's really nice because I know, like, Jared, whenever the boarding times opened up while you were at the park, you were on a ride, correct?
Yeah, I was
So
on
you
the
kind
ride.
of missed it. Yeah, so now you can do this before you get to the park and get busy and distracted.
Yeah, most definitely.
Right. Plus, I think they're trying to make it where it's not quite so crowded at opening. I mean, we're supposed to be social distancing and everything. And whenever there is a crowd trying to get in to get a boarding pass, it's kind of defeating the purpose, I think.
Yeah, I
So-
totally agree.
I don't know. I mean,
I-
whenever I went there at, like I said, 9:15. Whenever I showed up last time I was there, it was not that bad, honestly, getting into the park. I mean, obviously, you had to go through the temperature check, and then you had to go through whatever bag check, but it wasn't really any different than any other park at that time. I mean,
No.
sure, there were a lot of people trying to get in, but I mean, it did seem
Right.
like most people were social distancing. So
Yeah, I just think they're trying to ease people in a little bit and not make it so crazy in the morning
yeah,
every day. Plus,
But-
as they start increasing capacity eventually, then it'll be harder and harder to maintain that distance. So I think it's something that they needed to do. They're also on the actual rides themselves, they have a barrier on it so they can put more than one party on the ride itself now, which is
Right.
really a good thing. So they can basically double almost the capacity for the ride, which is fantastic.
right. Open up a few more boarding passes.
Right.
So the thing is here is I don't think it really changes anything about people getting into the parks. Mostly because, yeah, you can wake up at, 6:45 and be ready for 7 o'clock to be able to get this pass, but they're probably still going to be letting people in at 9 o'clock. They're probably still going to be letting people on Runaway Railway at 9 o'clock. So I think people are still going to be trying to get into the parks that early just to get on that ride.
Possibly. I do know that Hollywood Studios was one of the ones that was really crazy for rope drop, whereas some of the other ones are a little bit more spaced out.
Yeah.
Not as many people trying to get there right when the park opens or before the park opens to get on a ride. So I do think it was a good idea. Now, the 2 o'clock boarding pass time, you have to actually still be in the park to try to get it then. But the earlier one is the one where you do not.
Yeah. So just keep that in mind. 7 o'clock, you don't have to be there. You do have to have the reservation for the park that day. But the 2 o'clock, you do have to actually be in the park.
Right.
So very good tip, especially since it just released today. So I know this is going to come out 2 weeks later, but yeah.
This week's segment is This or That. And I would like to know if you prefer to go to Disney parks in the fall for Halloween or for Christmas.
This is a very good question.
It is.
Emily, you want to go first or you want me to go first?
I can go first.
Okay, go ahead.
This is a difficult question because I have been at Christmas numerous times. Like, honestly, especially over the past, I guess maybe 8 or so years, Christmas time is when I've gone almost every time. But I have not gone in the fall for Halloween and to see fall decorations. So it's hard because I love the Christmas time at the park, but I want to see fall at the park so bad that I'm almost more inclined to pick fall just because I haven't seen it. But at the same time, I think I'm going to go with the winter Christmas decorations and visiting for Christmas time because it's honestly my favorite, and I love the feeling of the parks at Christmas, and there's decorations in every park for Christmas, and I feel like a bit more so than fall. And Epcot does the Festival of the Holidays and has all the different Santas from all the different countries, and I don't know, Christmas at Disney is magical, and I would go every single year, and that's what I'm picking.
Okay, very interesting. I completely understand everything that you just said, in all honesty. Okay, so the only time that I've been during the fall is this past trip. So I feel like fall to me is, I guess, kind of, there's not enough comparison that I can put on going to the parks during the fall or Christmas at this point. Going in the fall is ideal for me. One, because it's spooky time and they usually have the Halloween festivals and stuff. And, villains are a little bit more prominent within the parks. I feel like if I were to go to Disneyland at any time, I feel like my first trip would probably be during the fall time. Just the overlays and all that, it's right up my alley. I mean, you guys, if you've listened to this podcast before, I am a big scary buff. Haunted Mansion, Tower of Terror, all of it. I enjoy it. With that being said, Christmas time is very fun for me, especially if you have kids and going during Christmas time. It's just, it seems a little bit more magical than just going typically. You have the lights and the overlays for Christmas. You also have, like Emily said, the different Santas in the different worlds of Epcot. One thing that Emily didn't mention is the fake snow.
Oh, snow. That is, I forgot about that. That's a big one.
Yeah. So, and it does seem like they go a little more overboard with Christmas than they do with fall whenever it comes to decorations and overlays.
I do think this year is a bad year to use as a comparison just because they didn't do everything that they normally do.
Right. But if you think about it, they do go a little bit more overboard with Christmas time than they do with fall typically, at least from what I've seen. So
well, and the hotels all decorate for Christmas. So I have to consider that as well. The
gingerbread houses.
Yes. The
Christmas
hotels.
trees.
That's especially the Grand Floridian. They
Right.
have, yeah, that giant gingerbread house.
Now, I will say this. If they were to ever decide to do a Mickey's Not So Scary Merry Christmas, I think that would be really fun.
All
And
right.
then it would be Christmas 100%. But I think even without that, it's going to be Christmas for me. I love going during Christmas time, and I don't think it can be beat, in all honesty, especially if you're bringing the kids. I think it just puts a lot more emphasis on family and spending time in a magical place.
All right. I guess that means it's my turn. And this one, it is hard to decide because I really love Disney anytime. It was fun going in the fall and seeing something different than the Christmas decorations, having different types of pictures and things like that. I would love to go back when they're doing the Not So Scary Halloween party just to experience it because I've never done it before.
Yeah.
So I would love to go back sometime when they're actually offering that and enjoy the party. But Christmas is my favorite time in Disney. It puts me even more in the Christmas spirit than I already am, and I love going to Disney then. I can tell you right now, I am kind of sad that I don't have a trip planned for Christmas this year, even though I
Yeah.
just went. It's just makes me happy being there at Christmas.
I think the 2 previous trips that I took before this past trip on October 1st, they were both during Christmas. So,
They were, and they were both with me.
yeah, they were.
Yeah, it really is my favorite time to go. I love all the decorations, just the spirit that everybody's in, and it's not quite so hot outside, so you can usually enjoy it a little bit more. This past trip when we went for the fall, it was hot. I mean, like 105 heat index, like every day we were there. It was a little bit toasty for an
That's
October.
not really necessarily true because we did have some rainy days and it cooled it off. And
You're right. And my kids were not having it in the rain, so
no, they were not.
I didn't get to enjoy those days either.
But for different reasons.
For different reasons, yes, you're right.
Yeah. So it sounds like we're all in agreement. Christmas is probably the best time to go to the parks.
Yep.
For me, it definitely is.
Yeah. And that's not to say anything bad about going in the fall because, like I said, if you're a villain fan like I am, I mean, that's the best time to go.
And I did really enjoy this trip that we took. So, and next year for the fall, it's the 50th anniversary. So there is definitely a reason to celebrate and go in the fall next year.
Oh, yeah,
Maybe
there you
I'll
go.
be able to make it in the fall next year.
Yeah, maybe I
Yeah.
will too. Who knows? All right. Well, I guess that's going to bring us into the main topic. Our main topic tonight is going to be Disney, Pixar, and Marvel movies that are going to be coming out pretty soon. So we're talking about the remainder of 2020 and going into the end of 2021. There are quite a few, and we've also seen a few others that we're not going to mention. We're not going to specifically mention like any Fox, 20th Century Fox or anything like that. None of those properties. We're just going to focus on, like I said, Disney, Pixar, and Marvel. The first one that we're going to talk about is Soul, and Soul is supposed to be coming out on November 20th, 2020. How excited are you guys about this movie?
It looks really cute.
It does. And it's Pixar and they did Inside Out and it has kind of the same feel. And I really like Inside Out. So I think I'm going to really like this movie.
Inside Out is very good and very underrated in my opinion.
Mine too.
Like, I don't hear a lot of people talking about it, but it is a very good movie.
Yeah,
So
I really like Disney Pixar mashups.
Yes.
yeah. Okay, so this movie is supposedly supposed to take you on a journey from the streets of New York City to the cosmic realms to discover the answers to life's most important questions. So, I mean, it sounds like it's going to be, like Amanda said, very Inside Out-esque, and I'm pretty excited about it.
Yeah.
Now, is this
And
one
it's
supposed to be
nice.
coming on Disney Plus, or is it going to be in theaters? I know that there's not like a whole lot of theater releases as of this moment.
No, this one is going to be released straight to Disney Plus, and it's just going to be released on Disney Plus. It's not going to be one of the paid subscription type movies like Mulan
Like
was.
Mulan was, yeah. Very cool. Yeah, I do like the fact that it's Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx is obviously very well known and a very good actor, in my opinion. And yeah, I'm really excited to see him take on this role.
Yeah, me too. I'm really excited for this one.
Oh,
I cannot wait.
something that I did not know. Tina Fey is voicing the Soul in Training.
Oh,
Huh, interesting. I did not know that either.
me neither.
So something to look out for sure. One thing that's interesting about this movie, it was supposed to release in June 19th of this year. And obviously it got pushed back to November.
Yeah, and that's actually a common theme with a lot of the movies that we're talking about. There were several that were supposed to release like this past summer or this year in general, and they got pushed back.
Oh, most definitely. Yeah, it just seems like everything got pushed back.
Yeah.
So the next one we're going to talk about, and we've already kind of touched on this one on our live stream, is Raya and the Last Dragon. If you did not watch the live stream, I know the YouTube video, the trailer that we played was not great audio quality, and I apologize for that. But go watch the trailer for this because it looks great. I'm very excited for this movie.
I am too. I'm so excited. It reminds me a lot of Moana and her character. And I mean, it's its own movie. It's different, but it just kind of gives me Moana feelings. And I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
the three that come straight to my mind that are Disney Pixar properties is Moana, Mulan, and Brave. It seems like it's in that same realm of those three.
Yeah.
Right.
I
Almost a
agree.
combination of them.
To some degree, yeah. Like I talked about on the live stream, it does give me The Legend of Korra vibes, which is a Nickelodeon property. It's not Disney, but I bring this up because it is a very good show and it has a lot of similarities, but definitely differences that are, separating it from that show. So this one is going to be releasing on March 12th of 2021. The original release date was November 25th of this year.
I wonder how they will release that one. I don't think they've mentioned it yet.
I don't know. I think it really depends on how we're looking in the beginning of this next year.
Right.
So, I mean, so much stuff whenever it comes to movies is up in the air. I think it's really forcing everybody to really adapt to not having movie theaters, because everybody talked about movie theaters kind of fizzling out anyway, which I honestly don't want to see happen, because
Me neither.
going to a theater and watching a movie is the best experience you're going to have watching a movie.
I know. And it's just a good, like, it's nice memory making family time, good snacks.
It's not just that, but also the fact that filmmakers put so much detail into their scenes that you're not going to catch everything on a smaller screen. So I know that we have 75-inch TVs and 100-inch TVs in our living rooms these days. But a lot of people watch on their phones. Yeah. A lot of people watch on their phones. They don't have the surround sound. So it
just seems like you have more distractions when you're at your house too.
Most definitely. Yeah. I mean, we're all second and third screening at this point. So
right.
Like me, I think literally last night I had my desktop, my laptop, my Surface Pro, and my phone. So it's getting ridiculous. It's getting absolutely ridiculous.
Think about.
Yeah. But I mean, that's what I do. I was editing podcasts and I was watching a show at the same time, and I'm also trying to do some stuff on like some graphics for multiple projects, and I mean also just people texting me or whatever on my phone. So it is most definitely ridiculous, and I do not apologize for it. The next one that we're going to talk about is something that I've been looking forward to, and that is Marvel's Black Widow.
Oh yeah. I'm very excited for this one.
All right, so this one is going to be releasing from the date. Now, okay, let's go ahead and say this. I know that we kind of have given a couple release dates already, but these could change at any time. These are not set in stone. But Black Widow is said to be releasing on May 7th of 2021. Original date, it looks like it got pushed back twice. One was May 1st of this year, and then November 6th of this year, but now it's pushed into 2021. And this film is actually going to be taking place between the events of 2016's Captain America Civil War and 2018's Avenger Infinity War.
I'm excited about this one. I think it's going to be really good.
I think what they're seeing now is they can make, especially with like Captain Marvel and stuff like that, they can make movies that are about strong women, and it is very good. I'm glad that they're following this path at this point. Emily, you and I talked a little bit earlier about Ironheart and how I was hoping that they were going to make an Ironheart movie eventually, and cross my fingers that they do that, but we'll see whenever it comes to that point. I haven't seen anything about any projects being in the works, but for those of you who don't know about Ironheart, Ironheart actually takes over Iron Man's role whenever he goes away. So it would be really fun to see them go with Ironheart in a continuation of like the Iron Man story, since we're not going to get Robert Downey Jr. anymore.
And I'm guessing they probably will, especially whenever they bring more Avengers movies out. I'm guessing they'll have that character fill the role.
Well, I don't know if she was ever a part of Avengers. I'll have to go and double check. But I would really like to see her have a standalone movie.
I kind of like it when they do the standalone movies for the characters that are from Avengers, just so you get a little more backstory for them and everything. Now that you know the character a little bit, it makes their story more interesting to me. So I'm really excited to see the Black Widow story.
Yeah.
Because she's not a huge part of Avengers. To me, I mean, you usually think of Iron Man and the Hulk and Captain America. I mean, those are who you really think of when you think of Avengers. So, but she's definitely a part of it. So it's nice to have more of her.
Yeah, I agree. So the next one we're going to talk about is Cruella, coming out May 28th, 2021. This is the first one that I have not seen have a date that was pushed back.
Wow. Interesting.
This is one of the ones that I am the absolute most excited about. I cannot wait. I've been looking forward to this one for what feels like years, ever since it was announced that they were going to be coming out with a Cruella movie.
Yeah.
And I'm beyond excited.
So the thing about this one that I find very interesting is this is the second live action 101 Dalmatians movie.
It is. And 101 Dalmatians was like my favorite movie ever, like of all time, for a very long time. And I think that's why I'm so excited about this.
Probably so.
But this Cruella is more about her, though, right? Kind of like Maleficent is Maleficent's story.
I think so.
I think so, yeah.
I'm really curious how they're going to make her not seem like the person we see her to be in 101 Dalmatians. You know what I mean?
I don't know how you can make a puppy killer look nice.
Exactly. That's my point, I guess.
Yeah, we'll see.
Look, we're all the heroes of our own story, so we'll find out whenever the time comes. But definitely, I am very interested in watching this because, I mean, Emma Stone, let's be honest.
I know. I love Emma Stone. She's really good.
All right. So the next one is Pixar, and the title of this one is Luca. I have not seen much of anything about this movie, so I really don't have a whole lot of opinion about it. I mean, it's a Pixar movie, so I can only imagine it's going to be great, because pretty much everything they do is amazing. This one's release date is June 18th, 2021.
I read a little bit about this one earlier, and it takes place in the Italian Riviera. And I think it's that this little boy befriends a sea creature of some sort.
Oh, I'm in.
And it looks cute. I mean, it sounds cute. I don't know much about it. I just read like a tiny little snippet, but seems cute.
Yeah, I like the idea of it.
I really feel like they could have put this in Loch Ness.
The Riviera.
And they could have had like a Nessie movie, and that would have been really fun for me.
Okay.
But maybe this is their way around the Loch Ness monster, and they made their own. So I'm looking forward to it now. I really like this idea. I mean, he befriends a sea monster. That's awesome.
It is. It is.
Okay,
it kind of reminds me of Pete's Dragon.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
But if Pete's dragon swam a lot.
Right, exactly, and didn't fly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we don't know. Sea monsters might fly too. I guess we'll have to watch the movie to find out. I
guess so.
This one also has not been pushed back yet from what I see. So let's, again, cross our fingers. Hopefully nothing changes. And maybe this is the trend that we're seeing in this list now, where they're just not having a lot of pushbacks on release dates yet.
Maybe it was far enough out that they could catch up whenever they started working again.
Yeah, maybe so. Oh, and just as soon as I say that, we have one that had an original release date that got pushed back twice. So this one is Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. This is another Marvel property. I don't know much about this one either. So sorry if you do know about it and you're excited about it. I'm not familiar with it. But this one's release date is set as of right now, July 9th, 2021. The original release date was February 12th of 2021. That got pushed back to May 7th of 2021, but now obviously July 9th is the date that they're saying.
Wow.
But I mean, again, a Marvel movie, it's probably going to be pretty good.
Yeah, I really enjoy the Marvel movies, so pretty much any story that Marvel wants to tell me, I will probably pay to go and see.
Yeah, most likely. Even if you don't pay to go see it, you're going to watch it at some point. So,
right.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's see. So it looks like the character was introduced in the comics in 1973. I was not born yet, so that might be kind of why I don't really know much about this one.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting that they're taking not so well known of a character and making a whole movie about them.
Yeah.
But
We'll see.
there were a lot of characters I feel like that we didn't know much about until they came in to like Avengers and things like that, and now they are a popular hero.
I think
Yeah,
the
I'm just
only one.
surprised. Well, I'm surprised that they're not starting this character out like as an Avenger in a movie, like where they're introduced without having an entire feature.
Okay,
Well,
but
they
hold
did
on.
that.
Not every Marvel character is an Avenger. Let's just get that
I
out.
realize
No,
But-
we know that, but they do. A lot of them have tied into Avengers. Just like whenever the Guardians of the Galaxy movie came out, they weren't super well known at the time, and now they are very well known superheroes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they would be known by like comic book fans and not necessarily like the general masses. But yeah, I understand what you're saying. So this next one, I think we're all really going to be excited about, and that is Jungle Cruise.
Yeah.
Yes, most definitely. This is
I
one
mean-
of the ones I'm really looking forward to. Like Emily's looking forward to Cruella. I'm looking forward to
No,
Jungle
this
Cruise.
one's my number one. The one that I'm the most looking forward to.
Yeah,
And then Cruella's number 2. This one's very exciting.
put The Rock in anything, and you can pretty much say that most people are going to want to watch it.
Yeah, I think it's going to be so funny and just really good. I love that they're making a movie based off of a ride.
Me too. I mean, they've done it for other things. They did Pirates of the Caribbean. I mean, it wasn't
Haunted
a
Mansion,
movie. Haunted Mansion.
Yeah, but
Tower of
Haunted
Terror?
Mansion,
Tower of
was a
Terror has its
complete
own movie.
flop. Tower of Terror movie, I love it, but most people don't. Same with Haunted Mansion. Like, they haven't been, besides Pirates of the Caribbean, they haven't been really great movies, and I have really high hopes for this. And I mean, even though there are a few movies based on rides, it's not normal. Normally, they base rides off of movies. So
Right.
I like
Especially
that
these
they're,
days.
yeah, exactly.
I'm trying to think if there's any other rides that have been made into movies, and I can't really think of any. I think that's it, right?
Yeah, I think
I
so
think
too.
so.
Well, now the Jungle Cruise.
Yeah.
So this one's going to release. Original release date was July 24th of 2020, and it got pushed back a little over a year to July 30th of 2021.
That is crazy that it's a whole year.
I know.
So this is really funny to me because Jack Whitehall is in this movie, and it seems like Disney has tried to make up to Jack Whitehall as much as they can for excluding him from Frozen. So in Frozen, he was supposed to voice one of the trolls, and he had like one line, and he got cut from it. And he
Whoopsie.
like went to the premiere and everything,
Oh,
and
that's sad.
was
That is
completely
sad.
cut from the movie. And now he pops up in Disney movies all over the place. It seems like. I know that for sure he was in the Nutcracker.
That's funny.
I think he's also voiced a couple other characters within some of the other movies, but I mean, it does show that he is supposed to be in Jungle Cruise, and it's going to be really funny to me if he gets cut from this movie as well.
Oh, don't jinx him. Come on, Jared.
It'd just be really funny to me.
No, Jungle Cruise definitely gives me Jumanji vibes.
Me too.
Yeah, I mean,
Definitely.
I am very interested to see what they do with this movie, like what storyline they give it.
Yeah. I mean, because I really enjoy going on the Jungle Cruise when we're at Disney. So I just think this is going to be full of funny one-liners. It's got to be.
Yeah,
to live
I
up
think
to the
so too.
ride.
Yeah.
And I saw in the commercial that the whole like the backside of water joke that they tell every single time you go on the ride, they featured that in one of the previews that I saw a long time ago. So it's kind of fun that they're taking like those funny one-liners that people don't really think are funny and putting them in the movie.
I mean, that's what makes the ride, though.
I think it's great.
I mean, the skippers are really what make the ride. So
I know.
They are.
I just think it's hilarious. You can tell people who have never been to Disney and who really aren't Disney people, because when they go on the ride, the Disney people are laughing and the other people are like, this is weird.
So yeah.
What is this?
like, why are you letting your dad write your jokes?
Yeah.
That's what makes it fun.
I know.
The next one on our list is Marvel's Eternals, and this one actually has a lot of really well-known names. A lot of stars have been attached to this one. The original release date was November 6th of this year, 2020, but it got pushed back to February 12th of 2021, and then pushed back again to its new release date, which is November 5th, 2021. There are, like I said, a lot of names attached to it. Richard Madden from Game of Thrones, Kumail Nanjiani. He has been in a lot of stuff. I'm not familiar with what they're referencing here. Stuber. I don't know what that one is, but I know if you are interested in like stand-ups and stuff and comedies, then you would probably know Kumail. Angelina Jolie, Salma Hayek.
I don't know much about this one, haven't heard too much about this one, but it seems like it has a good cast, and I'm sure it's going to be good. It has a cool name.
Yeah, I got to be honest too. I don't know a whole lot about Eternals either. I mean, it does seem like it has a very good cast, like we said. Kit Harington is apparently also on this project as well. So, yeah, him and Richard Madden together might be pretty good. Yeah, I mean, other than saying that it has a great cast already, I can't say much of anything else. So unless you guys have something else to say about it, we can go ahead and move on to the next and final one. The next one on the list is The Little Mermaid. This is the live action version. It does not have an official release date just yet. So this one we kind of just put on the list because we already know that it does have some casting that has been done for it. I have seen a release date of December 17th of 2021, but take that with a grain of salt because I don't think that it has an actual release date just yet.
Yeah, they announced the girl that's going to be playing the Little Mermaid like quite some time ago, so I'm kind of surprised they haven't come out with a release date, an official one, but I guess, everything that's happened this year might have just pushed it back like everything else.
Yeah. I mean, they might not have even completely cast this yet. So I really don't know what that's going to mean for a release date. But I'm pretty excited about it.
I am too, and I'm really curious to see how they're going to do live action underwater. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm interested to see the effects.
Right.
Oh, it's going to be all CGI, I can assume.
Yeah, but I'm curious.
No, they all had to learn to hold their breath for a really long time. Come on, Jared.
Had to learn how to sing underwater.
Yeah. Exactly. They also have Melissa McCarthy playing Ursula, which I think will be really fun.
That'll be pretty good.
Because I love her, and so I just think she can bring a comedy aspect to Ursula. And I think it's going to be
really interesting, I think, because we all do know her more for her comedy than just being like maniacal and an evil person. So I am really interested to see what they do with that character. If they keep it like the Ursula we know from the animated movie, or if they change the character a little bit.
I mean, I think they could do both.
Honestly. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, I guess, because I can't really see her in the typical Ursula role. I mean, I can see her as, a different version of Ursula, sure, but I can't really see her taking on the original animated version role.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. She could surprise everybody and be like the most evil sea witch ever. Who knows?
That just doesn't seem imaginable, does it?
It doesn't, but I think that might be what is brilliant about that casting, is maybe that her acting chops are so good that she's just going to surprise everybody.
Could be.
Yeah. Regardless, I can't wait for this.
Yeah, me too.
So I guess we're going to move on to the last movie that we have. And this one also has a release date that we've seen on December 17th, 2021. And that is the Spider-Man Far From Home sequel.
I'm not the biggest Spider-Man fan in the entire world, so this one's not that exciting to me, but I'm sure it'll be great for people who are Spider-Man fans.
I am
like
a big
Spider-Man
fan.
Okay.
I really am. If you've seen my pops behind me, I definitely have quite a bit of Spider-Man. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about this one. The Marvel Spider-Man movies have been great.
Yes.
I mean, they've been far better, in my opinion, to the Sony movies.
Yeah, I liked the Spider-Mans that had Tobey Maguire in it, but the one after him, Andrew Garfield, when he was Spider-Man, I wasn't as big of a fan of those, but I really like Tom Holland as Spider-Man. I think he does really well in that role.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't know. I think that with Marvel taking over the Spider-Man role, I don't know. They put him with the Avengers, and I think that it gave him a really good storyline, a little bit better than the Sony movies. So I'm really excited that they're going to have another Spider-Man movie. But yeah, Spider-Man he's just such a great character. He deserves movie after movie. So
he just this one feels more emotional. Like you're more emotionally connected, I feel, to this Spider-Man than maybe some of the others.
Maybe so.
Just because, I mean, kind of tore you up with his reaction to Tony Stark and,
Oh, yeah. I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark.
Yeah. I don't know. I think he's a really good actor and has done really great things for Spider-Man.
Yeah, I completely agree. So I'm going to be looking forward to this one. I mean, any Marvel movie I'm going to be into. Like I said, the only one that I haven't really heard much of was the Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. So I don't really know that one. Yeah, and Eternals. Yeah, you're right. But yeah, that's pretty much the list that we have as of right now. So let's see. Let's count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 movies that we can see from Disney and Pixar and Marvel. It does seem like Star Wars is going to be coming up in the next few years as well, but not before 2021 is over. So those don't make the list. So yeah, so out of all of these, which ones do you think are your favorites? Which one do you think you would go see first if they all came out all at the same time? Which would be the number one movie?
Ooh, that would be someday.
Yeah. Right?
I would say Jungle Cruise.
Okay. Amanda?
I would probably agree with Jungle Cruise, probably being my first choice, and Raya and the Last Dragon being a close second.
Okay. Oh man.
Oh, also Black Widow. God, there's too
many.
I
posed this question and I can't make a decision. Like Spider-Man is really good. Black Widow is going to be really good. Soul looks very good. Raya and the Last Dragon looks very good. Cruella seems very fun. Like every single one of these I want to watch. So
Right.
Little Mermaid, I'm very excited about as well. Jungle Cruise, I honestly cannot pick. If I have to pick out of all of these, I guess I'm going to have to say Spider-Man, but that's not an easy pick for me.
So basically, you're saying if they released all of these on the same day, you would be having a movie marathon at the movie theater because you'd be at every one of them.
Yeah, I would not
One right
leave
after
for
the
like a
other.
week. So I guess let us know on social media which one you're really excited about, which one's your favorite and your least favorite, and why. And you can get in touch with us at T3M. That's T3M podcast on all social media platforms. Okay, that's going to bring us into mousekeeping. We do want to promote our YouTube. You can find that at bit.ly/T3M YouTube, and that's all lowercase. We are doing live streams every off week, so if we're not on your podcast device on a Thursday, we are going to be doing a live stream on Facebook and YouTube, and you can find all of our previous live streams on our YouTube. And again, that is bit.ly/T3M YouTube. If you love this show, let us know. Leaving us a 5-star written review is the best way that we know how we're doing and if we're covering the topics that you want us to.
I'd love to help you plan your next magical vacation. When you're ready to start planning, let me know. You can contact me on Facebook at Amanda.hollis, Capture the Magic Vacations, and you can find all of my contact information in the show notes.
Join us for our next episode releasing Thursday, the 26th of November, where we're going to be talking about all things Disney World transportation. Be sure to subscribe to the show so that you're updated when a new episode comes out every other Thursday.
All right, that's going to do it for us tonight. Thanks for listening. You can also be a part of the magic by following the show at T3M Podcast on all social media platforms. That's T3M Podcast. Leave us a 5-star written review and we'll read it on an upcoming episode. If you have an announcement that you would like to have on the show or just want to reach out to us, you can send us an email at T3MPodcast@gmail.com.
Have a zippity-doo-dah day.
See you real soon.